Good morning. Happy Sunday. Today is Sunday, August 12th, and I am your morning witch. And it might not be morning in the time zone in which I live, but it is still morning in the time zone in which I currently am. So, this gotta count for something, right, guys? So today is August 12th, which means the Lionsgate portal is coming to its conclusion. Sirius will be moving on to different parts of our night sky. But tonight, I highly suggest, if you haven't had a chance yet, go out while the stars are out. See if you can find a little communion with Sirius, because the Lionsgate portal had its height on the 8th, but as we discussed, it started on July 26th, and it went all the way through, today. So, if you haven't had an opportunity yet to soak up any of that serious energy, you still have tonight. And something I don't talk about often, but because it's going on right now, we're talking about Lionsgate portal closing, or, moving on and not being, closing is a good word. But technically, we're in a Mercury retrograde right now, and I'm sorry, I'm not one of those people who's like, oh my god, it's Mercury retrograde, of course everything's going wrong. Well, if you have that attitude, of course everything is going wrong when Mercury's in retrograde. Mercury is the planet that kind of controls our communication, our technology, our planning, all these things about communication and moving forward in ourselves. It's not necessarily our ambition, but it's the ability to make things happen through communication, as well as making things happen through the way technology works. So when Mercury's in retrograde, these things don't flow as easily, perhaps. But it doesn't mean that everything's going to go wrong unless you see it that way. In which case, absolutely, Mercury retrograde is going to be bad for you every time, baby. So for Mercury retrograde, just don't try to start anything new until September. Don't begin a new project. Don't begin a new business. Don't begin a new business plan. Just let August ruminate. Let August kind of see what happens and work its own shit out, and then start new things in September, because whether or not Mercury retrograde is going to fuck your shit up, it's a good idea to not begin new plans during Mercury retrograde. And if Mercury retrograde does good things for you, then that's okay, and there's nothing wrong with that. I find a lot of good things happening during Mercury retrograde for me. My Mercury's in Virgo, my Sun is in Virgo. I think there's a connection there. At some point I had an epiphany about why Mercury retrograde wasn't so bad. Either way, don't let it rule your life, and just enjoy the rest of your August. Happy Sunday.